The draft National Education Policy does not just build on the education agenda of the previous government, but all policies since independence. That's what makes this policy so ambitious. But here are the 5 points that stand out for me.
1. It proposes expanding the age group to which the Right to Education Act applies. Instead of the current 6 to 14 age bracket, children in the age bracket of 3 to 18 years will have the right to education. So in one fell swoop, the government wants to focus on both the early years and secondary education. Second, the draft envisages a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 system of education instead of the traditional 10 plus 2 system. This change in approach will put more emphasis on the first 5 years of schooling, which generally form the basis of all higher education. Speaking of changing tradition, the draft also proposes restructuring the board exam system which most of us grew up in. So, if the draft is accepted, students may be able to choose the subjects on which they would be tested. The exams may also be tweaked to formats that test core capacities and practical application instead of the ability to learn by rote. But by far, the most dramatic proposal in the draft is where eventually the 4-year B.Ed program will become the minimum degree of qualification needed to become a teacher. This will be a tough ask because India, like many other countries, is home to an acute shortage of teachers, especially those with proper training. The draft also talks about effective recruitment of teachers because at present some states have a surplus of teachers but can't recruit them to teach in a school due to restrictions of caste quota and language of instruction. The proposal that sparked the most outrage, however, has been addressed: the three-language formula in schools. Remember, the first draft made Hindi compulsory as a third language in non-Hindi speaking states. This revised policy does away with that proposal.
There are of course many more interesting proposals, like the establishment of special education zones in disadvantaged regions and encouraging the participation of transgender children. Inputs will now be given by various ministries, and if all goes well, the policy will be finalized by the end of 2019. In Mumbai, Mitali Patel.